myself that nothing will come to change if I don't let it go. So now I'm stuck with the dilemma of trying to find a path that I should set upon. Don't get me wrong, I know that it's not easy when your head is lost and everything's a mess in your mind, but still I venture on. That's how I was raised and what my parents wanted, never to let the problems enter, but yet I get them often sent in my conscience, prepare my head and then I've met them head on. Yet I've never really let on. So thank you to anyone that I've lent on. It meant more than I mentioned, but I'd never have said it, cause I'd never attempted to try let out that emphasis. And for the record, I neglected it. Now for the record, I done stepped in shit as tension gripped. I walked along a path alone and stress and slipped, thinking I'd make it, but I never did. I attempted endeavors to strengthen me and it tested fits. So I rested my pen and nestled in, essentially hoping to get better within my mental sitch. But wrestling with the detrimentals only led to negatives, and negatives only led to the sentiment of emptiness. I'm only empty cause I left this shit, but now I sense it, I'm back to writing again. No hesitance, likely to get dependent on writing out what I'm betting, cause I've needed this to help me grow mentally through my sentences. It's time to bury all of my enviousness. Evidence says I'm probably better off just beheading it anyway. So now I'm back to the pen and paper, letters placed in corrected arrangements to set the record straight. Like, it was not my intention to snob on my brethren. I toppled from on top of my pedestal. It was not what I meant at all, but I couldn't let you see me the way I was, so I went and hid away like a genie, right? Yep. But it didn't build up my peace of mind to help me sleep at night until I woke up when I seen my child. Not that I woke up then I seen my child. His mother hadn't spoke to me in a decent while, and others that are close to me had to see the final product of what it's like for a person who won't even smile. But it's not that I don't know how to. I was just lost and too often down to not look at positives that's often to the clouded view. And so I dropped into a shrouded mood. I wasn't well but didn't have the flu. I felt as if I had no more music but still I had the blues. I knew I fell but didn't have to lose. I'm well beyond the actual true shit I digest to have a view. But the shit I digest it will have to do, cause I didn't have a settled mindset or the aptitude to Captain Cruise, and so I drifted off into a channel doomed and had to battle through with these thoughts telling me hang the noose. I was up and down like retracting hoops. Shit, I was unendowed and didn't have a clue that that's a screw up. All I ever wanted was to have a true life as a youth, but that's out of fashion like on that computer. Nah, it only happened cause I happened to have habits of that of losers and ruined everything like hallelujah. I had to get clean for of course I had to prove stuff to myself, not to others, cause I was that confused once. And so I did it and I spruced up. But just a little bit, not too much. I grew up, but I'm still the same as I was before. But now I can say thank you and I'm sorry for it being years too late. But I figure it's probably better to say it now than never to say it.
I've had it up to here with buying bitches to say they'll stick beside you like Siamese twins, but they don't. All they do is ride your dick and get involved with the Chinese whispers. This shit's like Hindi, bickering infants, clueless opinions, internet wisdom. Give me a reason, real quick, to not jump off a cliff, cause I really fucking need one. I've been up all night, don't wanna see sun. I've been puffing pipes and pouring drinks, but every time I close my eyes it's like a rerun of everything I've done in my life and what I've become. Always been a naughty cunt, scoring drugs in the morning before the bus. And where I get where I'm going I just cause a fuss, calling up all the boys and we'd all get fucked. Big bro taught me tons about scratching raps and how to be a backwards cunt. A little like acupunch, if you're a pain in the neck I wanna stab you up. Oh shit, it's happened again. Mitchie's been slack on his meds. Mitchie's been lacking attention and wants to get this axe and just hack you to death. And he will have no regrets. These pills have no effect. I'm still aggro, stressed, patience, I don't think I have any left. Thinking when does it end? My baby boy only spent 10 days on this earth and they sent him to heaven. How's that for postnatal depression? How's that for going crazy and letting everything they say just get to your mental anorexia? Weighs down your soul, I'm going out with a bang, put it straight to my temple, so I can fly away from the cesspool. Like I got wings, no Red Bull. Try to entertain fools and you'll never make moves, you just stay on their level. Life is all it can be, bruv. What I've seen is appalling, full of morons and leeches. Thieves creep in through your door to retrieve things. Fiend the endorphins, relief from the boredom. Snorted intravenous or torture. We're all just looking for ways to sort shit, a place to call home away from torture. When's it time for me to win? Trying to be the man I needed as a kid. He ain't old enough to understand dad can be a dick, but sick of seeing pigs shackling my wrists. The system's rigged, they ridicule, claiming I'm a criminal. See you at court at 9:45, but I got shit to do like take my kid to school. Not trying to fit into your category, mate, I got a different view. Homies wanna kick it to them, stay an individual. No hate to the bros, there's too much on my plate to deal. Separate the fake from real, but still isolate myself from this world and I stay concealed. I'm trying to chill, I don't wanna hear about your problems. I got them too, but you're not friends, you are just toxic. Need to get lost quick, catch you on the flip like a coin and I tossed it. Why you so obnoxious, fucking everybody over and wonder why you're getting treated like an object. Do I gotta get something fun to knock you unconscious with, or will you wake up to the obvious? Time is money and I ain't got a lot to give. Pissed it up the wall and all I'm left with is pocket lint. Honestly, this is something I'm not bothered with. Plus I got another bong to rip. Cause there's a youth for sort of horrors and effects of drug abuse, and I followed. Why not do things was the motto. It was truly our religion, living like there's no tomorrow. All of our time was borrowed, and we're paying for it now and it's a little hard to swallow. Life is all it can be, bruv. What I've seen is appalling, full of morons and leeches. These creeping for your daughter, retrieve things, fiend the endorphins, relief from the boredom, snorted intravenous or torture. We're all just looking for ways to sort shit, a place to call home away from torture. Life is all it can be, bruv. What I've seen is appalling, full of morons and leeches. These creeping for your daughter, retrieve things, fiend the endorphins, relief from the boredom, snorted intravenous or torture. We're all just looking for ways to sort shit, a place to call home away from torture.
DK representing 42 South, underground's most hated. Yes, yes, Jester, NTC 36. Fuck it, get 'em Ames.
Incredibly endeavoring, indeed a rap remedy. The ephedrine and cigarettes, motherfucker, we live in this. My memories are elephants, me and Jester, we elegant. Sipping on wild Turks and Turks just for the hell of it. We go to heaven, back into heather, fact I'm a fucking boss. My rhymes are heart attacks, and after that I think you pay the cost. You wouldn't wanna be a dog, hungry in the hue and fall, shoveling the stars, we can see the right hand of God walk. So what the fuck are you looking at? Hobart to punch, roll, preserve, we good looking lads, we good looking chicks. And when I roast a split for Tasman greenery, yeah, it's wicked shit. So get your lift on, drink on, whip on, get your spit on, and come on, let's get local. I'm like a locomotive steam that with motives, so please, motherfucker, don't go and provoke me.
What you do, hey, that's a business. But this beat is so tremendous.
Stand to attention when they chant my name. When I walk by, give me the mic and I play.
Treat it like puppets, I'm stringing them up and maneuvering. Make it before, wake up a stormy time, I'm doing them. You ain't got nothing, chump.
I don't believe in shit, so fuck yeah, I scare a heathen. They asking me how I do it, I tell them I'm by Jesus. Nah, not really, I'm coming with bars heated and burning. What they think is the dark last I'm sicker than just to run tracks, wicked to cat screaming. Catch the best demon and crack the band demons. You keep the fight one, smacking your damn teeth in. I'm a cut above the rest, I'm 100%. I'm that monster that keeps it looking under your bed. My thoughts are fucked up from popping hundreds of meds. See, I've got dirty habits like nuns giving head. It's practically disturbing to hear me rapping words when I'm not an actual person. I'm a ghost trapped in verses. When I first stepped on, I was so whack and nervous. Now I'm told I've been blessed like most every church.
What you do, hey, that's a business. But this beat is so tremendous.
Stand to attention when they chant my name. When I walk by, give me the mic and I play.
Treat it like puppets, I'm stringing them up and maneuvering. Make them before, wake up a stormy time, I'm doing them. You ain't got nothing, chump.
You're thinking, who the fuck is this? As you rupture into abyss, as spontaneous as it is, I'm combusting until I lift off. This is hip-hop in a script from the prophecy, proper written and normally stomping out of a ziplock. Yes, I'm pissed off and lit off a bit much with this stuff. The sickest shit I ever fucking spit. So lift up this type of rip up the fucking buzz. Great big shit, some cunts like a fucking dove. I'm out from beneath, I'm coming down from above. As I'm out on my feet, I'm flushing out all the drugs. Proud to be what I wanna be when I want it, and I'm not trying to stop it. This is a fucking promise. I bet that you copped it and threw up a little vomit. Even got it in your pocket, and that's a problem. Honest, next time watch it if the weather turns toxic. I'll be heading to the tropics and smoking some fucking joint.
What you do, hey, that's a business. But this beat is so tremendous.
Stand to attention when they chant my name. When I walk by, give me the mic and I play.
Treat it like puppets, I'm stringing them up and maneuvering. Make them before, wake up a stormy time, I'm doing them. You ain't got nothing, chump. But I got a thing.
Yeah, we recording? Yeah. Got something to say, yo? Yo. Yeah. Yeah, go on. Go on, do some hard times, man. And we're not sleeping. Right, we're fucked up.
Did Mother Nature shake the face of Australia? Did Mother Nature shake the face of Australia? A volcanic eruption is just the gas to my stomach ache. Imagine what would combust if I was to breathe a hurricane. I see the earthquakes and thunder in the flooding rain and wonder if it's coming. The end of the world's a bloody game. It's tick-tock like the hands on my wristwatch. Tectonic plates moving into their shift spots. The Independence Day where Armageddon could lift off, and people sit and pray their apartments would not get robbed. I think we messed up a lot and had never guessed what might happen if the day after tomorrow had been sent upon and swept in some dense fog that left us in a headlock that the eye of the storm was never meant to end from. Is it random occurrence or is it our cycle? Or does it change like the wind of inside a cyclone? Twisters and typhoons, droughts and whirlpools, cracks in the pavements when we walk on our way to schools. Did Mother Nature shake the face of Australia for convicts to move in and make states and laws a failure? I've come to think not, but when I come to think of God, a natural disaster is his appeal that the shit's wrong. Did Mother Nature shake the face of Australia for convicts to move in and make states and laws a failure? I've come to think not, but when I come to think of God, a natural disaster is his appeal that the shit's wrong. I hope the end of the earth is worth the sweat and the tears. One day we wake up from birth and then we all disappear. Are we meant to be here? We could be swallowed by a flood line. We built on San Andreas, a disaster will go wine. Hospitals and dead and the military's profit. Is it all just for strength when war is still an option? There's plenty of hints, so I'll cut to the honest shit and let you feel the hollow pits of earth getting swallowed in. Thousands of years all over the different continents and then get left to fear just like some prehistoric monuments. I'll redefine the obvious. Our race have gone to politics to fend up all the problems since we realised what was wrong with it. Illuminati feeds taking over our social networks. Religions think they can keep the peace if they get hurt. Crime doesn't slow up, if anything it'll get worse. And if we pollute the planet eventually we'll get hurt. Did Mother Nature shake the face of Australia for convicts to move in and make states and laws a failure? I've come to think not, but when I come to think of God, a natural disaster is his appeal that the shit's wrong. Did Mother Nature shake the face of Australia for convicts to move in and make states and laws a failure? I've come to think not, but when I come to think of God, a natural disaster is his appeal that the shit's wrong.
Be out in the park, walking through the supermarkets, and never passed you by, but I was in the darkness, just sitting and watching as you walk past, and in the dark I've got them. It's aggravated murder in the first degree. When I bed your face first in a perverted scene, my profile is not the type to go